Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Tony Wicks, also known as Dr. Wick Daddy, coming to you with another installment of the Dr. Wick Daddy Show. So on this third episode, what I want to speak about is, what I'd like to talk with you about, is a better way to put it, is taking ownership of your spiritual development. It's so easy in society to focus on the mental aspect of pursuing academics, and I am extremely pro-education. Or even another area that we often focus on is the physical, whether it be through exercise or aerobics or bodybuilding, yoga. There's so many different avenues, but what is equally as important is our spiritual development. And I will not preach to you, okay? But I just want to emphasize the importance of spiritual development. And I'm going to use this episode also to give you kind of the foundation for this first three episodes. These first three episodes came from a teaching that I got from my mentor years ago, probably more than 15 years ago, closer to 20 years ago. He shared with me that there were myself and some other individuals that were there. He shared with me in life that there are three areas of mentorship. The first area is, or one of the three areas, is the professional mentorship. Everyone should have a professional mentor that mentors them in the area of their career or area of business, whether it be entrepreneurship or the area that they want to go into in terms of seeking employment or a particular career path. So that's your professional mentor. That's one of the parts. Part one, we'll call it part one. The second part is the parental mentor, who really mentors you in the area of relationships. And that's what episode 2 was kind of devoted towards. One was finance, one was on the relationship piece. I think I started with finance, and then step 2 was relationship. But then the third area is a pastoral mentor or a priestly mentor. You can say the 3 P's. So that first one is professional mentor. Second one is parental mentor. And then the third one is a pastoral mentor. And that pastoral mentor guides you in spiritual matters that relate to your morals, your ethics, how you operate in all areas of your life, whether it be in the area of relationship or in business or in finance or just on a day-to-day basis. The pastoral mentor, I would say, really is somewhat of the most important part. And I'll tell you 2 stories. One that I heard as I was listening to a finance talk show. There was a gentleman that called in, and he had gotten married, and he and his wife worked together. They had a business, and what this gentleman decided to do was he decided to pay off his, in the process of their marriage, of course, he paid off all of her debt. And I thought that was kind of strange. And then as he began to finish the story, I began to learn why. And he talked about the fact that once her debt was paid off, she wound up leaving him. And he basically still had all of his debt and all of the debt they accumulated together, but all of her personal debt had been paid in full. And so his parents were gifting him a car, and he had recovered over the next several years. But one of the things that he did was that he said he stopped to focus on his mental health. And he said that one of the things that he did was he plugged into a church that really got him grounded spiritually and helped him to get back to a place to where he could be a productive member of society. And, had obviously gone through a deep depression, financial issues, and things of that nature. And he actually worked himself up to a six-figure income, which is more than he made when he was with his wife. But the reason I tell you that story is because he said that what he decided to do was before he did anything else, he decided to focus on his mental health. And guys, that is so important. We've all heard stories on, whether it be through personal experience or on television, where someone gets into a relationship, it goes south, and the person just goes crazy. They either kill the spouse or, wind up, shooting, a bunch of people, or just totally taking out their frustration on innocent people that had nothing to do with what caused them trauma. So I share that story with you again to kind of give an extreme example of the importance of taking ownership of your spiritual development. It's really key. But what I'll be ending with is this second story, because this is an example of what can happen when there's not mentorship in those three areas. There's a colleague of mine who was an extremely important individual to me, because this person was one of my business mentors, a person that I really admired, just his charisma, his work ethic. He was just an all-around great business leader. And he had a mentor who mentored him in the area of business. And so there was a family crisis that came up, a medical crisis, and this individual was asked to go back home. There was a family member that was ill, and he was asked to go home because the rest of the family wasn't sure what the outcome was going to be long term. And so this individual went to his business mentor and said, "Hey, listen, Joe, I need to get home. There's something going on with a family member, and they're not sure, what the outcome's going to be. So I need to get home." And so, and I'm paraphrasing, his mentor told him, "Let me ask you a question. Is your sick relative going to be able to take care of your family financially if something happens to you?" And so, because of the relationship, the mentor-protege relationship he had with that mentor, he'd done some soul searching, and he decided to stay put and not visit that family member. Well, you can guess what the outcome was. That family member passed away. And my friend never fully recovered emotionally from the decision that he made. And so several years had passed, and I was given an opportunity to conduct training for our business group. And what I shared during that training was exactly what I'm sharing with you now, which is the importance of having a relationship, or mentorship in all three of those areas that I mentioned to you. And here's why. If you have one person, obviously if you have no one, that's probably a worst case scenario. But if you have one individual that's mentoring you in the area of business, and you have no parental mentor that mentors you in the area of relationship, or no pastoral mentor that mentors you in the area of spiritual matters, what will happen by default is that you will use that business mentor for mentorship in all of those areas. And what that does is that is a recipe for destruction. And in my humble opinion, I believe it is because I don't think God intended for one person to embody all of the counsel that we would need, because ultimately that's what he's for. But when we allow people, and again, these mentors, all their intentions are pure, they're great individuals, but again, when too much responsibility or too much esteem is assigned to one person, what it does is it sets the protege up for failure, because that individual is just one individual and can only provide you so much. And if you don't have the maturity to be able to compartmentalize the wisdom and the knowledge that you get from a person, then what happens is that individual, totally unintentionally, without us even knowing it, that one individual can become our everything. And when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, that is the beginning of a path that could be very, very traumatic. And so what I want to do in this video today is just to encourage you to seek out mentorship in all three of these areas. And I'll be honest with you, I would never suggest that I would be qualified to mentor you in any of those areas. But I am sharing with you because I had mentorship in those three areas. It has helped me tremendously, and it's helped me overcome a lot of obstacles, personally, professionally, and spiritually. And I'll do a YouTube video in the weeks to come, and I'll share what's often referred to as my personal testimony as to where God brought me from through mentorship in these three areas. So again, I hope that you found some value in this video. I'd like you to again comment, give me your feedback, because here's what's important about comments. You never know if the comment that you leave on this video is going to impact somebody else's life. So this is not just about you helping me with the algorithms and ranking and getting more subscribers. Yeah, that's important. Yes, I want to grow. I want to get, I want the channel to be monetized and all of that good stuff and have a reach and have an influence. But here's what's most important. There may be a nugget of wisdom that you have that you put in the comments that will help somebody else. And see, that is really the big picture, because what we make happen for other people, God will always turn around and make happen for us. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, I want you to like the video, subscribe, and make sure you click that bell so you'll be notified whenever new content is uploaded. Have a fantastic day. God bless, and thank you for joining us again on the Dr. Wick Daddy Show. Peace.